Good morning and welcome to Purpose Driven Finances, where our focus is helping you use your finances to achieve the purpose and plan for your life. And now here's the host of Purpose Driven Finances, Allan Molina with Serwus Capital Management.
Good morning. I was a little early. I'm just excited about the morning. Let's go. I didn't even let the announcer, I was like, come on, bro, just be quiet. Let's go. Sitting here with my friend, my homie, and Rich Roth. How you doing, man?
I'm good. After how long have we? Yeah, I mean that open hasn't changed in years.
It hasn't, and I'm like ready to go.
Jump the gun. You're ready to go. Let's go. What are we talking about today?
All kinds of things, and I'm excited about Vegas. If I ever go as a single, not a single guy, but singles, I'm going as a team in 8 or 9 ball. Public invitation out to you. You can make sure that I don't get in trouble, and everything's taken care of. Because Pam may not want to go.
Uh-oh.
Because if I go, hopefully, Lord willing, I'm playing pool for 12 hours a day for 5 days.
Wow, that's a lot of pool.
It is. So
not much time to get in trouble.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm such a straight-laced guy.
Your background might say otherwise.
We all can get in trouble. I'm just joking. But Rich, I want to thank you because for helping to create the show, because you came to me with the idea, and I was like, can I afford it? Will people listen? Do I have anything to talk about? And Biscuit 2 weeks ago said we've done over 200 shows.
Crazy. And
so I wanted to, because we started about June, July 4 years ago, I think, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. 2 years ago, I don't know.
No, I would say it was probably 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you, and I appreciate it. And I tell you, man.
Well, I'm glad it's working for you, Allan. I mean, that's, as you know, the bottom line. And, for you to, you do things differently than other financial advisors, and the opportunity to share that method, right? That formula that you've got, the algorithms, right? I mean, that's important.
And what I have found is people enjoy the purpose-driven focus, not just, hey, buy this mutual fund, buy this life insurance, don't worry, it'll come back. It's resonating with people.
Well, one of the things that really I enjoy about, doing this show with you is how you really do dive into different things that are financially related, but are not necessarily investment related.
Right.
I mean, and I'm thinking back to the home warranty stuff, right? And now we're doing risk management and things that may not necessarily be related to investments, which is obviously your specialty.
Right.
So,
and what I get paid on.
You've branched out quite a bit, and it keeps it interesting for folks.
I appreciate it, and let me tell you how well it's going. The past week, I've gotten 6 appointments of new people from the radio.
Oh my. You always tell me that, and I never believe you.
Yeah, and I felt really bad on Friday. Had this lady call from her family. They listen. I appreciate it. Thank you. You know who you are. And I felt bad because I get so many calls from, hey, we are this ETF from New York. We are this from over here. And so I sometimes I'm not very cordial. I'm like, hello.
Right. I mean, they're basically funds or investments or whatever that are soliciting business from you.
Right.
Hey, sell our product to your clients.
And I felt bad because she was like, is this Service Capital Management? I'm saying, yes, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Serwus.
So, she said Service.
Oh, she did. Okay.
And I felt so bad. As I said, I apologize. It's just because, no, seriously, 15 minutes ago, this fund came in with a 434 number from Piney River. I'm like, I want to answer a call from Piney River. Okay. He's like, hey, this is Joe Schmo from whatever fund in New York. I'm like, first of all, why are you using a 434 number? He said, because people won't answer my call. We use Salesforce CRM, and we can use alternative numbers. I said, well, you can send me an email, but I'm going to let you know that your integrity just went down the tubes. Because if you're not willing to call on your normal number and you're trying to spoof it, there's no integrity there, bro. So how can I really trust your investment process? You know,
Oh, what did he say to that?
he's like, okay, because I mean, realistically, if I mean, come on, man, that's utterly ridiculous. You know, so I can understand. If you're trying to do, remember in high school you did those spoof phone calls.
Yeah.
You called and, hey, you got Prince Albert in a can? Let him out. Or you're too embarrassed to call the girl you had a crush on, and you call her number and you say, hey, Sonia.
For example.
Yeah, example.
Just a made up name.
I had a crush on Sonia, so I had to use that. And Sonia, is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it. Click.
You didn't do that.
I probably did.
Oh.
I don't know, man. That's been like many moons ago. But what I'm saying, folks, is I thank you, Rich, and I really appreciate it. And I thank you, listeners. You are allowing me to serve you to help you achieve the purpose and plan. Because the goal is not to fall in love with an ETF or a mutual fund or a financial plan, but get you where you want to go through financial planning and portfolio management. So, Rich, we got like 7 minutes, 8 minutes, maybe 4, maybe 10, maybe 12. I don't know. But I've mentioned it. We were in a quad. We was concerned about a month of quad 4 in July, which was, a bad thing. But the thing that's most powerful is a quad 3, the quarter. Quarters trump quads. I mean, quarters trump months. And quad 3 is, and people are like, Allan, what are you talking about? Inflation is going up. Not significantly, but inflation's going up.
So this isn't like a return to the Biden years or anything?
No.
Okay, all right.
We're going up a little bit. I think we're looking at, 252, if my memory serves me correctly.
I'm looking at your notes here, and, stagflation for the quarter, quad 3, then a quad 2 with inflation. And I think people instantly think inflation's bad. But going from a quad 3 to a quad 2 is good.
Yeah.
So a little bit of inflation, if it's under control. I mean,
right.
help me understand, because people think inflation, oh my God, everything costs more.
Because Biden, I don't want to say that. He basically ran the plane into the ground by all the stuff that he did. And the policies, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And realistically, we probably had 25% inflation back then. It's just the CPI, they've adjusted it so many times that it doesn't count much of really what you and I spend our money on.
Consumer price index.
Yeah, thank you. And so inflation is good simply because it just means that people are making money. But if you have runaway inflation, that's a bad thing. And the Federal Reserve is like, oh, the tariffs are going to really mess everything up. But realistically, inflation is not up very much. All right, that's my ringtone of my text. So everybody heard what it is. So that being said, a little bit of inflation and growth is going to be but what you need to do, and what does that really mean? It means that inflationary aspects, you should move your portfolio over inflationary aspects. Just about every client of ours has Bitcoin in it. That scares some people, but Bitcoin, all it is a commodity. I don't look at it as a cryptocurrency. And if you look at modern portfolio theory, the Nobel Prize in 1992 of Dr. Markowitz, you put a small amount, I'm talking about 1-2%, in a portfolio, depending on the risk tolerance, and it increases return, lowers risk. So it's a good thing. It's hitting all-time highs. Also, I would look at some like silver. Gold, not so much. I would look at silver. Clients have palladium, copper miners. We have lithium miners. We have platinum. We have rare earth minerals. And we have oil. And another area that's great to be in is, what is it? It's utilities that are focused around nuclear. And somebody might say, well, why, Allan? Why nuclear? Because these big, Magnificent Seven, please don't ask me what they are. I don't feel like talking about it again. the magnificent,
the big 7 stocks that
Right.
most people know.
right? Amazon,
Example,
Microsoft,
Apple. Yeah.
Facebook or Meta.
Mm.
What they're doing is they're going to these like Con Edison, wherever 3 Mile Island did, whoever that, and they're actually going and buying up the power from these nuclear reactors or asking them to build a small nuclear reactor. Like I think it was Amazon paid $80 a kilowatt hour, whereas the normal was 40, because they want to make sure they have all the energy they need peak demand. So some of these companies, so it's a great way to play the inflation play. And so also growth is doing well. So folks, if your portfolio has not changed since January, give me a call, 434-316-0246. And you need a second opinion. You need a checkup because the economy's changing. Your portfolio needs to change. And one last thing, Rich, unless you have some other, I don't mind questions. I like questions. I like big, beautiful questions. You know,
I do have one.
what?
And I see the bullet point here, so this might be something that you were getting to, but still a lot of talk about tariffs, right? I mean, I know there are certain companies that haven't come to terms with the U.S. And Trump talking about more tariffs and different things along those lines, and whether it's affecting businesses in our area or it's just the uncertainty, right? I mean, that's such a big part of things is the uncertainty, right? Especially when it comes to the market. It's like if we know what's going on, we can plan for it, but the uncertainty is what really kills people. Is that a factor?
No.
No?
And you say, Alan, why? What do you mean? It was like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
In the past week, Trump has come out with his letters that he sent to the countries, which I think the letters are because I think some of the federal courts are going to rule that his tariffs are unconstitutional or some pile of manure. But he's doing it a second wave, and so they have to come back. And I think the second way he's doing it is they're going to be allowed. And like one came out for I think I'm not I should have gone deeper, but letters I think went to Canada and Europe, and I know Brazil. It hurt Brazil. Brazil went down because clients have a little bit of Brazil, just because of the inflationary of oil and things such as that.
The BRIC countries.
Yeah, BRIC. Brazil, Russia, and India and China. We're not invested in Russia just because you can't right now. We were short when it was plummeting, but besides that, what's ended up happening is some of the it's expected that some of the tariffs the judges are going to say it's unconstitutional. I think it's the end of July, but the way he's putting these letters, they'll probably be there. But when the letters went out, the market was like, whatever, we don't care. And so it's more concerned about the American economy, and it's not a big deal. The biggest deal I think is going to happen is the dollar. I got a text from a client who was concerned about the dollar collapsing, and they even listened to a show that I really like, or the individual. The issue that we have is the dollar. There is, I think, 60% of the world's assets are dollar denominated. The dollar isn't going to collapse anytime soon. Maybe 10, 15 years down the road, once we have like our debt to GDP is 160, 170, 200%. But what's going to end up happening is once we start, right now we're having a little bit of a bounce of the dollar going up. And so you have to look at the correlations between that, the stock market, gold, oil, and Bitcoin. But it's going to start going back down. And I'm expecting, which means risk assets, the stock market is going to go up. Anything dollar denominated will go up in value. And so will it cause inflation? I don't know. Am I really concerned about it short term? No. But just manage your portfolio accordingly. So, Rich, I want to go to a 30-second break. You folks get your refill of coffee, and we're going to be talking about risk management for the average family in Central Virginia. 434-316-0246.
It's Brian Kilmeade.
But I got a huge problem if you're going to hold up and burden our system with illegals that came here, obviously illegally, to commit crimes here. That's the accusation. We have our own Americans committing crimes, looking for their day in court. Now we got illegals here wreaking havoc who don't care whether they're caught or not, obviously, because most likely they were committing crimes in their native country.
The Brian Kilmeade Show, weekday mornings from 9 to noon on WLNI. And now, back to Purpose-Driven Finances. Here's Allan Molina with Serwus Capital Management.
Hey, good morning again. Allan Molina, your host of Purpose-Driven Finances, president of Serwus Capital Management. Give me a call, 434-316-0246. Go to my website, servuscm.com. I want to help you achieve the purpose and plan for your life. I want to help you maximize your investments, your return. And folks, let me tell you something. If we come in and do financial planning and you need life insurance, guess what? I'm not going to sell it to you. I have people that I connect with because I think it's icky for me to do a financial plan and say, oh, you need life insurance, you need long-term care. I want to be able to be the captain of the ship and put you where you need to be. Yes, I will manage your money, but that's a little, and what's exciting is when I manage your money, the better you do, the better I do. If I want to pay cut, guess what I have to do? Lose you as a client or make your account go down. And I don't want either one of those because I got stuff I want to do, besides take care of clients. So, Rich,
yeah,
we have 13 minutes. And so what I did is I was envisioning, a family of 4, 5, 6, average in Virginia, Central Virginia, some of the things that they are concerned with. And then you always ask me, Allan, how is this going to help us? So I have 5 points. Practical steps at the end.
Well, I mean, it's important.
It is. It's important.
You've got great information, but I mean, bottom line is everyone wants to know, how does it affect me?
Exactly. What can I do?
Good.
So I have that, and then I have a little recap, and I took pointers from my friend who I listen to every Sunday in person, and, the way he does things. Every week he says 3 things. I got 3 things for you. Write these down. So I'm trying to, learn from him. So. Let's go.
I bet we don't get to the recap.
You never know, bro. You never know. It depends on, I purposely,
Let's go.
It's okay. The first one, the first risk that you have is income risk, job loss, disability, or relying on one income. Because, that old adage, when poop hits the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like a different word. When life hits the fan, you're covered in life.
Okay.
And the reason being is...
It's that old saying, life happens, right?
Right, life happens. Right. And a good 80s, it may have been before, but I remember those shirts, life happens. But the biggest thing is to realize about income risk. But there's some things that you can do in order to protect yourself. Because, and it's amazing also, I think I have the 3... reasons why family misjudged risk. We got those at the end. So check this out. So income risk. The thing that you need to do is build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund and consider disability insurance. Because realistically, folks, I'm working with a client right now that got disability from the U.S. government, and they said that they did not rehire this person because of an injury. But it's taken like 6 years to get disability.
Wow. Yeah, it's tough to tread water for that long.
Oh, it is. And just like personal injury, their goal is to outlast you, outwit you.
Like, we'll give you this little settlement now, or we can fight it out and maybe you get a lot more, but it's going to be way down the road.
And you may be dead. I'm just being real, bro.
I know you are.
I'm just being real because I went through 4 years of disability. I went through 4 years of neck pain and getting after hitting by the dump truck. And I saw friends die because of depression and suicide and just their body fell apart.
Man, what a pick-me-up this is.
Hey, let's go. We're talking about risk, baby. So you got to take care of yourself. What's number 2, Rich?
Health risk.
Okay. And the issue there is high deductibles, medical emergencies, and aging parents. You know what? have you ever talked to Tommy Permitter very much?
I have.
He's a great guy.
The Woodsman.
He's a great guy. And you know his little ad?
Which one?
Oh, yeah. Wives, if you see your husband
It's my favorite one.
carrying a ladder and a chainsaw, go ahead and call 911. And so what ends up happening is a lot of times we men assume we're going to be doing things and we know what's going on.
Right.
And life hits the fan and you're covered in life. You know, one time I was chopping some wood, not chopping some wood. I was cutting some wood, doing some woodwork, and I was tired. It was cold, and I had 2 more pieces to go. And so my chop saw went, and then I ran my hand in there to take it out real quick. Saw hit my hand. Had to go to the doctor to get stitches. You know, one time. And I'm just giving you examples of when life hits you. Is I used to have Dalmatians. We raised Dalmatians. We had like 65 puppies, not at one time, but over time. And they like to dig holes. Well, I went in my side yard. All 3 kids were like in diapers, and I think I had new windows in the house. So
all 3 kids are in diapers,
or maybe not all 3 in diapers, but they're very close. Maybe 2 in diapers and 1 just got out.
Wow,
I'm not sure. But and Pam was cooking dinner, so I went out in the front yard. And I was looking at something, and there was a dog hole. My knee buckled, and my kneecap moved 90 degrees. So instead of it facing forward, it was facing out.
Dude, you've been through it.
Like everybody has. And so the reason I share that is medical emergencies can happen in the blink of an eye and dramatically change you. So what you need to do is look at your healthcare options through your employer, your ACA, HSAs, and don't take it into what's the word I'm looking for, Rich?
I don't know. Don't take it for granted.
Exactly. Boom. Don't take it for granted. Make sure, and then the next one,
life and mortality risk.
Exactly. Now, Rich, I'm publicly exclaiming this on the radio. I am hoping and praying for 120. Okay? I love life. I love helping people, and I can't do anything to help people from heaven. It's done. So I want to be here as long as possible. But what happens if I die? If I died tomorrow, hopefully it will still air. But if I died tomorrow,
it'd just be a little short.
Right, it'd be a little shorter.
We have to fill time. Unfortunately, we can't conclude the show because Allan is no longer with us.
Right. And you know what will happen? What's your name? I almost said fine, but then you'll say that's sexist, Allan. I mean assistant. What's her name?
Ashley.
Ashley. See, I don't remember people's names when I'm on the air. Ashley, she'll say, well, to fill the air, we're going to play Funky Cold Melina.
Oh, she loves that.
Yeah, she does. She does. But life and mortality risk. What happens if somebody dies? The biggest issue is making sure you have life insurance in place, and it takes care of not only the debt, but a replacement of income. Because that's very important. And Rich, from a personal perspective, I analyzed where inflation was, and I had $2 million worth of insurance, and I called my guy, what he does, he's an insurance broker, and he has like 30 companies he deals with. He got me $2 million worth of insurance for $350 a month. That's pretty good. It's term. I think it's 20 or 30 years. That's pretty good. Consider I'm 54. That being said, make sure you look at your life and mortality. And one thing that's not covered in my notes is be active. Be active. If you remember in our previous radio shows, one thing that we learned is if you go through and you're active, even that's 150 minutes of walking a week. That's considered active. You don't have to go look like Arnold Schwarzenegger taking testosterone. Just be active. Get off the rocking chair. Number 4.
Property and liability risk.
Rich, this is, okay, if you're in a coastal area, floods, house fires, car accidents. I've had friends that they have the most not the most, come on, bro. They have the least amount of car insurance, and you hit a family of 4, and it's $100,000 and you have $50,000,
Ain't gonna work.
it's not a good thing to do. And make sure you're covered. And even consider an umbrella policy. I would suggest an umbrella policy.
You know, there are rules for life insurance, like 10 times what your annual salary is one. So if you make $50 grand a year, you should have $500,000 in insurance.
You talking about life insurance?
Yeah, I'm talking about life insurance. I don't know if that's still the rule. Is it sort of?
Well, the biggest thing is I would look at I don't like broad brush rules like that. What I would do is each individual needs to do specific financial planning for themselves. Yes, you can use broad brushed rules, but what happens if something needs to be refinanced and on one person's income you can't refinance the house? Like if it's an ARM, or let's say the house is in someone's name or the car is in someone else's name, and then what ends up happening is you have to, the worker, the spouse who did not work now has to get a loan for $250,000. The $500,000 probably isn't going to cover it. And so realistically, what you need to do is do financial planning, not just broad brush. Although, those things are cute and they help.
Well, I'm just saying, is it, like a general rule? Like, if you're just out there, it's like, hey, if I make 50 grand, I should have at least, 500.
Yeah.
Maybe that doesn't work. So then I won't ask my next question.
No, ask it, bro.
Okay.
We like questions.
Good. All right. Well, you asked for it.
Bring it on.
So as far as an umbrella policy, give me a general rule as far as how much people should have.
Normally it's $1 million or $2 million. I have $2 million.
Okay.
And I know I'm putting myself out there, but that's fine. If you say, hey, I can't afford my car insurance, generally an umbrella policy is only like $250 a year. And so my suggestion is get at least a minimum of $1 million.
Okay.
It covers your house. It covers everything. We had a youth event at my house, and the guy slid, broke his leg. But he was kind of the kind of kid that you're like, is he serious? And I don't really know him. And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, yeah, suck it up. Not trying to be, but I wasn't trying. I don't try to maximize it. I want to see how he is. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna suck it up. Ended up, he broke his leg and he spent the night at my house, with the entire group, not him alone, but the entire group. I felt so bad, but I was like, and his parents didn't say anything. His parents actually said it's hereditary. Every male in our house has done this. And I'm like, I feel bad because I didn't take him to the doctor immediately, but it's like, it didn't hurt. I'm fine, so. And then legal and financial risk. The number 2 killer of retirement besides death, you know what it is?
What?
Divorce.
I believe it.
In retirement.
Divorce in general is expensive.
Oh, it is. It's horrible. Lawsuits and then identity theft. There's things that you can do. Create a will, power of attorney, and cybersecurity practices. I'm not going to cover the risk, optimism, bias, status quo, and underestimating long-term risk. But let me give you 5 practical steps. Okay. List your 5 top risks and then begin to have a process to deal with them. Number 2, review your insurance coverage annually. Your car, your home, your life, your health insurance, your long-term care insurance. Review it annually. Build up or replenish your emergency fund. Emergency fund $1,000 to $2,000, and then start savings beyond that. Get basic estate documents in place and talk with your spouse or partner and make it a shared priority. Now, I forgot number 6. Call Allan Molina at 434-316-0246 and let me help you achieve the purpose and plan for your life through financial planning, and let me be the quarterback. Let me be the general manager to help you get where you want to go. Now, risk management is not about fear. It's about responsibility and peace of mind. Now, listen, folks. You can check it out next week, and we'll be talking more probably risk management for retirees. But folks, give me a call. Hope you have a blessed weekend. 434-316-0246.
Returns for illustrative purpose. This is not a suggestion to buy, sell, or use a platform. Only will a suggestion occur after a meeting to determine goals, risk tolerance, and time horizons. Investments involve risks and no guarantee of future results.